Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video. But today's video is about epic champions that stand out. These champions stood the test of time. Some of them are a little bit newer, but I use these champions every day. Like pretty much ever since I pulled them, they have been like a key ingredient to my team composition, right? Which also brings up another subject. Now I wanted to do like a ranking system, a tier list, I guess, for these 10 champions, but then I realized that would be a disservice because pronouncing which one is number one can maybe hurt the other champions that could potentially be your number one. Because the thing about this game is, yes, some champions are great and they're absolute must wants and must needs, and people will consider them number one, but overall at the end of the day, it's all about your roster and how you plan on building your team. So with all that being said, let's check out some of these epic champions, and today we're going to start off with Skullcrown. Definitely one of the true and tested champions in this game. She is still viable. You can still find her in top 300 of arena and platinum, and it's all because of this passive right here, right? You could hurt her, but you might not kill her. She'll come back and hit you back. So this is a very unique and powerful passive that Skullcrown has that makes her very useful, and it doesn't end there. You could use her anywhere, literally anywhere in the game. You need a campaign speed farmer? Boom, there you go, you got one. Skullcrown hits hard with her A1 and her A2. It attacks all enemies. You can see right here, she does work, right? 6 seconds on the PC client, not bad. Now, she does hit hard, but she is not the hardest hitting champion, but she hits significantly pretty hard. She is an attack based champion, so of course she does damage, but usually attack based champions are a little bit squishy, right? But because of that passive, it keeps her alive, and she attacks all enemies. So you have options. You could put stun set, frost set, whatever you want on her that will really help you clearing out harder content in the game, right? But the only place where I honestly would not recommend her, you could use her there, would be clan boss. She is not a strong clan boss champion, but hey, if that's all you got, then you have to use her, and she's not really a bad choice. It's just she is not top tier when it comes to clan boss, but everywhere else in the game, faction wars, she got you. So let's go and check out the next epic. Serris Gala, another true and tested champion with that defense down. Wow, that happened so fast. Let's slow it down real quick and watch it again. Before Torment, Rhodos, and Sifi, this is what arena teams used to look like. We had Serris Gala up in there doing crack armor, placing that decreased defense, and it hits hard, and it allows people like Skullcrown with AoEs to come through and clean up. And Serris Gala, yes, she might not be arena meta, but she'll help you get to gold 4, right? So she is still very usable, and also in campaign, very similar to a Skullcrown. She's good in all areas. She'll help you out at helping you with that decreased defense, and she has an A2 that if she kills someone with that, she will instantly do crack armor, right? So she has a high DPS output. You cannot go wrong booking this champion up, but just remember, just like Skullcrown, she is not good for clan boss and probably not Fire Knight, but she does help clear waves. So if you pull her, do not hesitate to use her because she is good. All right, next epic. You guys already knew he was going to be on this list. I mean, his A2 providing those massive shield is just crazy. He is the new standard. Now, Skullcrown, Serris Gala, some of the legacy champions, you know, even legendaries, they don't have kits so unique and intricate like Miscreated Monster. This dude has it all, right? His A2, you just saw with the shield. He can do so much for your team. I mean, check him out. If you're having any issues surviving because your attackers are too squishy, then Miscreated Monster is the guy for you. He will absolutely help you with that. His kit is designed to keep people alive. He has an A1 that does stuns and decreased defense. His A3 ally protection continues heal. And not only that, his passive places fear if you're under ally protection and get hit. So this dude does everything, man. He is here to help you out. He's going to help you survive. He is absolutely the new standard. So if you pull him, he's pretty much, without a question, a must book, must level champion. So with all that being said, let's move on to the next one. There's really not much to say. Royal Guard is just that champion that has massive raw damage. His A2 smacks, his A3 hits 4 times, and his A1 does decreased defense. So he has everything. He's probably like the guy at the bar, right? The fight breaks out, he's the last dude to get up, but when he gets up, everybody shuts up because you know he's about to take you down, right? That's the kind of guy Royal Guard is. He's there to help you bust through a lot of content in the game. Yes, you would think he's good in arena. Unfortunately, he is not, and he's really not that good in clan boss. So outside of those two, this dude has your back, right? He will help you speed farm. He will help you clear content. Royal Guard, can't go wrong with him. All right, so who else do we have on this list? Tayrel. Now this guy right here followed up with Royal Guard because to me, in my opinion, they are like polar opposites, right? Royal Guard is straight offensive and Tayrel is straight defensive. Now I wish Polarium would expand on some of the lore in this genre because I could see a comic book strip called The Adventures of Royal Guard and Tayrel, because I swear there has to be some connection between these two champions. They are polar opposites, yin and yang, they dress alike, something's up, right? But anyways, let's look at his A1. It attacks one enemy 2 times and has decreased attack. You already know that on an A1 is super good for clan boss. His A2 attacks all enemies, has a decreased defense, and you can put him to sleep if the target is under decreased attack. Looking at his A3, attacks one enemy, decreases turn meter, and has stun. Even though this is not usable for clan boss, but his A1 is a A2 plus his aura that gives you 25% increased defense in all battles makes him an excellent clan boss champion. Yes, you could use him anywhere because if you look at his stats, look, clan boss, arena, campaign locations, he is all in the green. He is good to go, right? Okay, so we're setting the bar high. Who else is left on this list? Let's go. Madame Serris. Now definitely talking about setting the standards high, she really does. I mean, Miscreated Monster is pretty good, right? But then you have Madame Serris, another caliber of an epic champion. Now if you look at her kit, her A3 is pretty disruptive. Her whole kit is disruptive because her A3, not only does it remove buffs, but it will also put decreased attack and decreased defense. Probably one of the two most important debuffs in the game easily, right? So her A3 already does so much, and it doesn't stop there. Her passive alone, every turn places a shield on her, and if you hit her while she has that shield, you will get a fear debuff. It's almost like, come on guys, what else do you want? But she still does more. Her A2 can easily turn the tide. It will steal buffs. If she steals more than 2, you get block debuffs and the opponent gets true fear. It's crazy. Also, her A1 can place fear. So she is just a very disruptive unit. You could already tell, like, her kit is designed to mess up the synergy of your opponents. Now, she doesn't have a high DPS output, but if you look at this chart right here, you will see her in the top 300 easily. Right now it's Attack of the Smurfs, but see, there you go, there's 1, 2, we got another one, 3. So you can see, right, she is definitely usable in top 300 platinum arena. And it's just not arena, she is good everywhere else. I mean, Magic Keep, she could steal the buff from the boss, right? Take that annoying shield down, right? She could place True Fear on your opponent. She could help you get through content. That decreased attack is super useful in Ice Golem. It's pretty much useful everywhere. So this champion right here, very disruptive, very helpful, low DPS output, but it doesn't matter when your opponents are just bombarded with debuffs and can't even keep their own buffs up. So overall, this champion shines so bright in arena and everywhere else in the game. Only downside to this champion is that she's really not that good for clan boss because she has low DPS output, and other champions with decreased attack and decreased defense can also dish out some DPS. So not the most ideal clan boss champion, but everywhere else in the game, easily, highly recommended. Please level her and use her, okay? But you know who is good for clan boss?
Perfect.
Whenever we talk about who is the best epic champion in the game, Skullcrusher has to come up in this conversation because his A2 has counterattack, and he is one of the 3 champions in this entire game that has counterattack. Counterattack is a powerful mechanic that boosts your overall damage output with your team composition, and in his case he has unkillable and ally protection, right? So you can see he protects his allies, he takes a hit, you can't kill him, and your teammates have counterattack, so you're dishing out a lot of damage, and it can be very disruptive and annoying in the arena, right? And also another thing to note, that he has this passive that if he has any debuffs, it takes it down by 1 turn. So very useful for clan boss. That's where many people use Skullcrusher. You can use them in any other part of the game. Now another thing to remember is that counterattack is a very good buff, but also it can slow down speed run. So if you're trying to go for a speed run type of team comp when you're farming dungeons or whatever, then counter attack can kind of slow you down. Just depends on your team composition, so that's something to remember. But overall though, this champion is solid, man. He has helped me out a lot. He gives you survivability. He can get himself killed a little bit, just like Miscreated Monster with that ally protection, so you need to kind of compensate for that. But outside of that, man, he is here to help you out. Fire Knight, for real, he is good, especially there because he has that A1 plus everything else he has, but on his A1 he has heal reduction, right? So overall this dude's kit is simple but very powerful. So if you get him and you need that counterattack champion, then there you go. Alright, so now we have Stag Knight, and we have to say, man, Stag Knight is probably the coolest looking champion in the game, right? If you don't agree, that's fine. I think he's the coolest looking champion in the game, but his A2 is what gives him so much value because he is the only one in Bannerlord factions that has a decreased attack, decreased defense that attacks all enemies. That's on the A2, right? So this dude right here already gives that faction so much value, so you know in faction wars he's going to stand out. He's going to be like a must-have just for that. And also his A1 attacks one enemy 2 times and has decreased speed, and it surprisingly hits pretty hard, so it is not a bad A1. And also his passive, right? If you're having trouble with accuracy, this passive is going to help you out. So he gives your team composition so much value, right? He does decent DPS, he brings down the enemy, and he boosts up your accuracy. So it's almost everything you need in one champion. Stag Knight is a very simple champion, but very effective. You could use them in all campaign locations, Fire Knight, everywhere, right? You could even use them in the arena, but some might say he might not be as good in the arena or clan boss, but who cares when he's so good everywhere else? And we're not saying don't use him in arena or clan boss, we're just saying he might not be the super in-game team composition kind of guy for clan boss and arena, but everywhere else he's so good, so you might as well book him up, level him, because you're going to get your value out of him. All right. Okay, so that was my 8 epic champions that are pretty much must-haves. Now I know you guys saw the honorable mention part. Now I'm not saying those cannot be must-haves. It's just a few of those I really didn't level up and use too much, so I don't want to say they're must-haves when I don't really have too much experience with them, right? So those are champions that I think are pretty good when I went through the list and trying to pick out the 8 champions. So if you have those honorable mention ones too, don't be afraid to test out and experiment, right? Because that's what this game's all about. And also, if I missed an epic champion or I didn't put one on this list, please let me know. It wasn't intentional. I usually just try to do reviews or talk about champions that I have experience on, right? Because I don't want to give you guys false information. So regardless of all that, hopefully this video was enjoyable. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully some of the epics on here is your favorites too, and you could completely agree with this video. But regardless though, guys, hey, it is Friday or Saturday depending on when I upload this video. So you guys enjoy your weekend. Please be safe, take care of one another, and let's win against this COVID-19 corona, whatever you want to call it, virus. Let's just make it to 2021, right? Because I heard 2021 is when a new patch is coming and it's supposed to be really, really good. So we got to make it till then. So till then, you guys take care, be safe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.